This is a very awesome opportunity for you to travel to New Zealand and work as a seasonal worker. There are massive seasonal visas that are available for you to apply and work in seasonal jobs. These are visas that are given to people who are going to work in a seasonal way, like they're not being there permanently. They're going there for a particular season, like if it's a fruit picking season, planting season, harvesting season, then they go, they work, and they go back to their countries. These opportunities are well paying. The visa sponsored jobs, they are given visas, and these visas are sponsored by the recruiting organizations that are there. The jobs are very many, they are massive, and the number of people who apply for these jobs are ordinarily few. That is why the government has de-escalated the issuance of these visas to this particular organization to hire employers that they need for a particular season. And the goodness about this opportunity is that the visas are given for a period of 11 months. That is, 11 months you are allowed to stay in New Zealand and work in that job. Then you can go back to your country, or better still, if you want to proceed for another season, then you can reapply. And the goodness about this opportunity, it is opening on the 8th of December. That's just next month, and then it goes to up to around November. So each year around this time, there are massive opportunities. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to apply for these jobs, the eligibility requirements, and the organizations that are hiring. So stay put, don't move anywhere. And if you have not joined this channel, you are missing a lot. Just subscribe there below and turn on the notification bell. So the processing of this visa takes a very short period of time. That is a period of around 1 week. Let me share my screen and then you will see. So these are recognized seasonal employer limited visas. So these visas are normally a maximum of 7 months in any 11-month period. Then the cost of this visa is New Zealand dollars of $325, and the processing time is 3 days. So if you get an employer and the employer offers you the opportunity to work, then the processing time is just 3 days. After 3 days, you get your visa and start moving. Then the goodness about this opportunity is that it does not require IELTS, there's no age limit, and you can as well move with your family. And the goodness of moving with your family is that they can also be allowed to work on this organization. So you can schedule for them a job, or they can use your visa to work, thereby increasing the household revenue. Then the number of visas that are normally available are 2,750 visas each year. And these visas, people do not apply, like they close the whole year without having enough of these people. And then to get this visa, you must have a job offer from a recognized seasonal employer before you apply. So we are going to look at these seasonal employers which are recognized by the New Zealand government. But then we can as well move forward to look at the eligibility requirements. But then before that, this visa lets you stay in New Zealand for up to 7 months in an 11-month period, work for a recognized seasonal employer in the horticulture and viticulture industries. These are agricultural-based industries, and that's why we started by saying that these visas are available for those who are going for basically fruit picking, to work in the vineyards, harvesting, and such like. Then the goodness about this opportunity of this visa is that you earn money while learning horticulture and viticulture skills. Still is a learning opportunity, like you are paid while you are learning. Then you must have an offer of work from a recognized seasonal employer. Work only for the employers listed in your visa. So there is no way that if company X has given you a visa, then you can proceed and work for company Y. And there is no this aspect of let's say you are doing part-timing. So the aspect of part-timing is not there. If it's one employer that you are working for, then you solely work for that employer for the entire period that you are staying in New Zealand. There is no moving from one company to the other. If the company that you got is not paying you sufficient enough, and you have heard that there's a particular company that is paying you highly, you cannot move. So you be loyal. This is where loyalty is tested. You stay there in your company and you grow with it. If you are not satisfied, then the next season of application is when you can apply to the other company. And another thing that we should learn here is that you must leave New Zealand before your visa expires. That is, you cannot apply to stay longer. If your visa has expired and then you want to stay in New Zealand for a little bit longer time, that is, you just hold on and apply in the next season. You cannot do this. You have to go back to your country of origin where you came from, and then you apply again afresh for you to get to where you want to go. Then in this visa, how long can you stay in New Zealand with this visa? This seasonal visa holders are people who must be staying there for the entire period of your working. That is, you cannot get out of this in any time. So your maximum stay varies depending on your date of arrival in New Zealand. That is, if you are going for 7 months, then that 7 months is counted from the time that you arrive in New Zealand. And in exceptional circumstances, if you have not already stayed in New Zealand for the maximum time allowed, you may be able to apply for a further RSC limited visa to continue working for an RSC for the balance of the time you are allowed to stay. Then if you are still in New Zealand after your visa expires, you risk being deported. And this is where it's very, very serious. If you go to any foreign country, be mindful of how to stay there, because if you extend your visa any longer, you are deported. So let's go about who can apply. You have to apply if you are 18 years or older, be a citizen of an eligible Pacific nation, unless agreed otherwise with an immigration in New Zealand. This is where we want to dwell on. So you must apply. So once you are applying and you are not coming from this Pacific nation, then depending on the employer, I started by telling you that the number of visas available are many and the employers, people are seeking employment are few. So the number of employees who are needed may not be sufficient. That is why it's advisable that every person from other country may try this out, because that quota may not be reached and the company needs people who will go and do the work there. So don't hold on to apply. Don't fear to apply. Just apply, even if you are not coming from these countries. And then you must have a full medical insurance for your stay. That is, you have to have the insurance, the medical insurance, before you move to New Zealand. And you must be in good health and be of good character and have a genuine reason for coming to New Zealand. And the genuine reason here is to come and work as a seasonal employee. Then what documents do you need to apply? You need a copy of your passport or certificate of identity, whichever that you use, 2 acceptable photos, a chest x-ray if needed, and this is not mandatory. Now it depends on the company that is taking you, and you must have a signed employment agreement from the recognized seasonal employer you'll be working for. And then you must have evidence of medical insurance. So this is what they mean. You must be having all these things when you are applying for. So we can as well move ahead and see how to get or which employees are available who are offering these visas. So how to apply, the steps of how to apply before we get to the employers who are offering this kind of visa. One, get a job offer. Before you get a job offer, local authorities may screen to make sure that you'll be a good worker. They have to do a background check and ascertain whether you'll be a good worker. After that, you may be recruited for a job directly by an RSE or by your government through a work-ready pool. That is, there are some countries who have entered agreement with New Zealand to export labor. If you are part of that, then the government proposes you, then you go. Then be a licensed Pacific agent. If you are offered a job, you will get an employment agreement to sign. You need to provide this with your visa application. Then step 2, gather your documents. Now, in this section, the document must be translated if they are not in English. And all of them, that is your certificates, medical reports, and police certificates, have to be in English and they have to be certified. Then organize proof of identity, citizenship, and age. That is, you need a passport. No, a passport has got your name, it has got your when you are born, that is your age. And then when you apply, make sure you enter your identity details exactly as they appear on your passport or certificate of identity. You have to do this exactly, and you must be alert. If there are any mistakes in your identity details, your application will be delayed, your application will be declined, or it may be refused to be accepted entry to New Zealand. You arrive at the airport and then they refuse you entry. Then you should organize proof of medical insurance. Documents you can show include a copy of your insurance certificate, an approval letter from an insurance company. And once you have reached there, you book medical appointments if required. That is, if you have not got these medical from your home country, then you can do the chest x-rays and whatever, but they must be less than 3 months old. Then complete your application and pay the fees. You must apply from outside New Zealand for an RSE Limited visa. And then step 4, wait for the decision. You'll have to wait for the decision and see how it goes about. You must wait for some time. They vet your documents and then they give you the feedback that you are either eligible or illegible. Then the other thing that you need to know is that you have to be very honest in your application, because these things sometimes they come back to haunt you, or you must have forgotten somewhere. Then after that, you must get a job offer. That is, let's look at that, get a job offer. After you have arrived, among the other steps that are needed is that you must get a job offer, and we have said how to get this job offer by looking at the RSC companies that are there included. So let me look for you the companies that are giving out this employment, the RSE companies that are giving seasonal employment. And don't forget to how do I put it? Don't forget to recommend this video to people who are interested and people who can apply. If you are not applying, then you get to share this video and let me know your comments below. And if you have any questions, then you can ask me. Then, as we have just looked at, there is no application fee. This one is actually you go to the company, then the company will look for it. So application for a recognized seasonal employer. So what does this entail and how is it done? That is the employers who are giving the NSE. So this is another point that I'm going to share the link where you are going to get, and it has the application requirements, it has the medical insurance requirements, character requirements, health requirements, and has got a list of seasonal employers. There are so many that you cannot be able to miss this job. And the first comment in the video there is where I'm going to pin this link. So be sure that you are going to look at it, you subscribe to this channel as I continue to give you more of this information for your application. This is a very good opportunity for you to work in New Zealand and stay there for a maximum period of 11 months or less. And then you have to get out and re-enter again. Bye bye and see you in my next video.